EA Sports coverage of the NFL brings us to the so-called Silicon Valley and Levi Stadium in Santa Clara. Straight ahead, we've got a pretty good one on tap here, as it'll be the Denver Broncos taking on the San Francisco 49ers. Here's Will Lutz ready to get this one started. And we are underway from Santa Clara. Oh, a dangerous return man showing it here. And a good effort on the return. Turn there gets him across the 30 up to the 33.
33-yard line.
So they'll come up first and 10 now from the 33. Purdy now to throw off the play action. That's complete. It's Brandon Ayuk. And they're going to have this across midfield and inside the 45. 23 yards on the play.
What a start here to the ball game. You get the good kick return, followed by a quick first down through the air. If this defense isn't careful, they might be looking at a deficit before they know what hit them.
Purdy will set up to throw it here. And he'll dump this off to his running back, McCaffrey. And to the 36-yard line, taken down there after getting 8 yards. Back to throw, Purdy. Another grab here for the dynamic Christian McCaffrey. And he gets this one inside the 15, just a yard or two shy of the 10. That's good for a first down, his second catch of the opening drive.
First and 10 at the 12-yard line.
Purdy now to throw. He'll get this out right here to McCaffrey. And the Niners are looking at first and goal as he's tackled all the way down at the 2-yard line.
That's another 49er first down. First and goal.
Again, it's Purdy to throw it. He'll get this to McCaffrey out of the backfield. Only a yard of the completion. It's second and goal.
It's a gain of a yard. Brings up second and goal at the Broncos' 2.
Purdy. Now he's going to step up and run. An off-balance throw there, and it's going to wind up incomplete.
Now we got third and goal coming up, and couldn't you imagine being in that hole, partner? You know they're looking at each other saying, we can't come away with just 3 points after this drive.
Yeah, they've covered a lot of ground. They want more than that 3. Third down and goal. This Denver defense trying to hold up for one more play. Touchdown 49ers. Christian McCaffrey from a yard out. And the Niners get the upper hand as they're on the board first here this afternoon. Pinheiro's extra point up and good. And it's now a 7-0 game. Now after the touchdown, here's Pinheiro to kick it off. And he'll be brought down right on the chalk of the 20.
The Broncos take over first and 10 at their own 20-yard line.
Looking to put a drive together. On the run, this is J.K. Dobbins. And he is going to lose yardage here. Nick Bosa using that speed to get in there and break that play up.
Sometimes you just sit back and marvel at what he can do defensively. Speed, strength, quickness, he's the whole package. And that package just wrapped up the runner for a loss.
First play of the drive goes the wrong way. Here's 2nd and 12. Here's Nix. And that falls to the ground, incomplete. A nice job of bodying him up defensively. And now it brings up 3rd down.
Makes it 3rd down and 12 yards to go.
To throw is Nix. Work in the middle of the field, and he's got a man complete. And they're going to get this beyond the 40 before he's taken down.
4 yards. And the Broncos first down. 1st and 10 at the 42-yard line.
Bombers.
Now it's Nix. And this will be incomplete. Physical play on the football there, and it's 2nd down.
How about that? Red man coverage and decided to test him early. But it proved up to the task and forced the incompletion.
Here's 2nd and 10. Here's Nix once more. Setting up a screen for Harvey. And a run. And he will go out right near the 35-yard line. That one covers 24 yards. It's a 1st down.
That was a beautifully executed screen pass. Let the rushers get upfield. The blocking forms in front. Lofted it to the runner. And now, not only does he have open space in front of him, he's got an escort as well, and they pick up big yardage.
On 1st and 10, it's Dobbins. And he'll follow his blockers there all the way down to the 23-yard line. Back-to-back nice plays, 12 yards that time, and a 1st down.
A gain of 12. 1st down, Broncos.
They'll go play action with Nix. This is caught. And he will be out of bounds here on what will turn out to be the final play of this 1st quarter. Broncos football as we begin quarter number 2. As they go to work on a 1st and goal. Dobbins will struggle to get to the line of scrimmage as he'll be tackled back at the 4-yard line. It's a loss of a yard there, and now 2nd down.
Sometimes I forget how much information he has to go through before the ball's even snapped, but what a diagnosis right there. Saw the play, shot through the gap like a rocket, and ends up spilling it for a loss.
From back at the 4, here's 2nd and goal. Dobbins once more. And this time they get down close to the goal line, but not quite in as he stopped at the 1-yard line. Give him right around 4 on the carry. We'll see if they want to keep pounding here on 3rd and goal. The 49ers now going to use the first of their timeouts. They'll have 2 remaining as we step aside here in this 2nd quarter. About a half-yard from the end zone, 3rd and goal. They'll try and throw. Here's Nix. And this is caught for a Bronco touchdown. Adam Prentice there to make the grab. And the Broncos are an extra point away now from tying this ball game. Looks good on the extra point, and we are tied at 7. Each team's had it. Each team has scored. 7-7 here as the kick's away. And he won't quite make it to the 25.
The Niners take over 1st and 10 at their own 24-yard line.
The San Francisco offense ready to start their next drive.
So both of these teams, Charles, coming off touchdowns now, but this offense, they just had to stand on the sideline, watch their opponent offer a really impressive drive to reach the end zone.
Yeah, and I think you're not telling yourself the truth if you don't think there's some one-upsmanship going on right now, because they just had their touchdown answered by a drive of double-digit plays that also found the end zone. Now they want to do something even more impressive to answer that one.
It'll go as a gain of 4, and it'll be 2nd down.
A gain of 4. It's now 2nd and 6 at the 42-yard line.
Here's Purdy. He'll drop it off to McCaffrey. And McCaffrey going to pick up a Niners 1st down as he'll get this up to midfield.
Gain of 8. And a 49er 1st down. 1st and 10 at the 50-yard line.
From the midfield stripe, they'll look to throw. Throw outside. McCaffrey's got it. And they go backwards here, losing yardage back at the 48-yard line. Second quarter action with 1:59 remaining. Purdy sets up to throw again. That's complete to McCaffrey. And this is going to be another 1st down as they'll make the tackle at the Broncos' 38-yard line. They give him 14 yards that time and a fresh set of downs.
1st and 10 at the
5.
8-yard line.
They just do get the playoff as he'll look to throw. And that one drops down, incomplete. Good coverage there, forced the ball free, and it's 2nd down.
As soon as he leaked out and began his route, someone on the defensive side broke with him and arrived just in time to separate him from another reception.
Now a 2nd and 10.
Get set, get set. 18, watch out. Yellow. Stop.
Once more, Purdy looking to throw. Looking for the out route, and he's got it. It's complete to McCaffrey. And he gets it down a yard or 2 shy of the 30 before he's out of bounds.
And we see another pitch and catch there to the running back. This position just continues to evolve. They become just as critical to the passing attack as a lot of receivers, tight ends, because their ability to make people miss in the open field can really generate big plays for an offense.
Outside. 18, watch out. Yellow. Out.
Now Purdy. Pass to the sideline and pulled in. And he'll be out of bounds, able to get it down to the 25 there. That good for 6 as they keep this drive right on rolling.
1st and 10 at the 25-yard line.
Throwing here, Purdy. Now he'll tuck this and run. This one caught by Kittle. And he's going to take it in. Touchdown, San Francisco.
Touchdown.
George Kittle, 25 yards for the touchdown. And the 49ers will take the lead here in the final minute of the 1st half. Piñeiro's extra point up and good. And that makes the score 14-7. After the touchdown, here's Pinheiro to kick it off. And a nice return sets him up pretty good here right at the 30-yard line.
The Broncos take over 1st and 10 at their own 30-yard line.
Denver offense at the line, ready to go. And with just under a minute to go, they might try to think about mounting a drive here if they can and get in the end zone. Could potentially tie this game up. Well, this is taken in. It's complete. And he's going to get this all the way down inside the 35. Now the Broncos are going to call the first of their timeouts, as the clock's going to stop with 47 seconds to go in half number 1. To throw, here's Nix. Man, it's caught inside the 10. And finally down he goes as they work it inside the 10 to the 7. Now San Francisco going to call their second timeout, as they'll stop it with just over 40 seconds to go in the first half. A chance now to get even before the break as they come up 1st and goal. Nix to the air. They'll try and set up the screen. It's complete. Now the Niners going to signal for their 3rd and final timeout.
So as they talk it over, we step aside. And we constantly talk about people being on the same page. In this situation, the two of them saw the play with the same eyes. They understood where the open spaces were going to be, and they found a way to get there to pick up a new set of downs.
Throwing Nix. And that one off the mark behind him, incomplete.
I'm really liking what I'm seeing from this defense because their coverage has been played at a shutdown level so far. Even backed up late, they're forcing incompletions and fighting to keep them at the end zone as the first half winds down.
They'll look to throw on 3rd and goal. Gets it underneath. Here's Harvey. 3 yards, all they can muster there, and it'll bring up 4th down. Now the Broncos going to use the second of their timeouts, as they'll stop it with 27 seconds remaining here in the second quarter. Now Lutz for the field goal try. From the right hash, and this one just a chippy. The kick by Lutz is good. And they'll cut the lead back down to 4 now at 14-10. So they're able to end that drive with 3 points in this one-possession ball game.
And ideally, you want to end every drive with points. Most quarterbacks would tell you, let's end it with a kick, right? A PAT, that's number 1. Field goal you'll take. Punts, you really don't want to do that. In this case, they'll take the field goal and get prepared for the rest of the game.
And able to take it past the 25 and up to the 28-yard line.
The Niners take over 1st and 10 at their own 28-yard line.
The 49er offense set to get this drive underway. And with time quickly fading here in the second quarter, not sure how aggressively, offensively they want to play this.
I think we'll find out just how much they trust their guys in this situation if they decide to take a shot. And they're not going to go quietly into this halftime break. They know they're in for a fight, so they're trying to make every possession count. They took the big shot there, but it winds up incomplete.
Second and 10.
Get set, yellow. 18, what's up?
Purdy looking to throw. This one into the hands of Kittle, the tight end. And they're going to have this across midfield and inside the 45. A gain of 28 yards there and give them a first down.
At the 44-yard line.
And now the clock will stop as he's able to get up and spike it here.
Hands up, hands up. We go, boys. We go. Yellow.
Final play of the half. Purdy looking deep for Jennings. It's incomplete. Took a shot, couldn't connect. And that'll do it for the end of the second quarter. This is the NFL, and it's on EA Sports.
Set to kick off.
It'll be the Broncos getting the football first in this second half as they trail, and we are back underway. And he'll be stopped up at the 25.
At their own 25-yard line.
The Broncos onto the field, ready to start their next drive. And they're still very much in this game, although they do trail. What's the game plan, Charles, for the second half?
It might be a little counterintuitive because most people will think losing equals passing the ball more, but I'd establish the running game. They kind of went away from it in the first half. I think if they get back in balance, it'll help them when they put the ball back in the air.
A gain of 21 yards. And the Broncos first down.
A big hitter to start the drive has him up near midfield here for 1st and 10.
Hold on, set. Ready.
Off the play fake. Nix. They'll swing this out to Harvey. And they'll get him down as he's inside the 40. Another good gain. That's now 35 yards combined on those last two plays. So from inside Niner territory now, this is 1st and 10 at the 39-yard line. On play action, here's Nix. A hit as he throws there, incomplete.
And not a common sight, at least on this drive. A momentary setback, though, for this passing game that has been moving well this series. Good thing for them, though. Still 2 more downs to connect and try and pick up another first down.
To throw is Nix. He gets this into the hands of Harvey. Flashed the stick skills, but didn't get a ton from it. Stopped short of the 35.
It's a gain of 3. And this is 3rd down.
Bombers.
Nix looking to throw again. He's got his target. That's complete. And this will move the chains again as the tackle's going to be made at the 49ers' 12-yard line.
I love the drive they're working on here because they know they can take the lead with a touchdown. And so far on this drive, so good. They moved the ball down the field with very little resistance defensively. But they better be prepared for some adjustments to come their way now.
Hold on, set. Ready. Captain.
Off the play fake, here's Nix. And the defense has it covered. It's intercepted. And into the end zone. A pick six for the 49er D as they score a touchdown. Pinheiro now to add the extra point. It's good, and it's 21-10.
Score, Niners 21, Broncos 10. Set to kick
so they throw the pick six. They'll get another shot at it now as this one's in the air. And up to about the 26-yard line, just across the 25.
Take over 1st and 10 at their own 26-yard line.
Denver offense at the line, ready to go. Now remember, they were just out here a moment ago through the pick six, so we'll see if they can take better care of the football this go-around.
Yeah, and sometimes, partner, I think it's almost better that you just throw the pick six and you come right back out on the field. You're not over on the sidelines dwelling for very long. You're not hearing everyone say, hey, you'll get them next time. Hey, don't worry about it. All that stuff just goes right out the window. You're right back out on the field with a chance to atone.
And incomplete on the deep ball.
Another attempt, another incompletion, and when I look at the scoreboard and where we are in this game, it comes to mind that they have to start getting the ball in the hands of their playmakers. Throw it to the guys that maybe can take a short pass and turn it into a long gain or make people miss downfield. They've got to have points, and the guys who can put the ball in the end zone, they're the ones that need to touch the ball.
And the Broncos first down. A gain of 27 on the play. First down.
Here's Nix once more. That's taken in by Franklin.
Nix's pass.
That'll go for a gain of 7, and that'll make it second down.
7 brings up second and 3 at the 49ers 40.
Here's Nix. That's going to be knocked away and incomplete.
That's not the first time they've gone his way on this drive, and they were obviously keyed into it because they were there to help break that pass up.
This offense in desperate need of a conversion as they come up on third down.
Hold on a sec. Ready. Captain. Away.
Now it's Nix. That is caught and brought down, but not before they're inside the 25.
A gain of 17 yards. That's good for Broncos. First down. First and 10 at the 23-yard line.
Back to the air with Nix. And that is incomplete. Oh, the coverage a little too good there, and it's second down.
At this point in the game and the situation they're in, partner, these incompletions that we're seeing, they need to turn into positive snaps, and soon.
Second and 10 here as we roll along in quarter number 3 from Santa Clara.
Ready. Bombers.
Back to throw again. And he's going to have the hook up to Sutton. And he'll be out of bounds about a half to a full yard shy of the 5. That one good for 17 yards, and now they've got it first and goal.
And it's a real luxury when you have a guy who can turn a short throw into a solid gain at any moment. Once he caught that ball, he ID'd where the open grass was and got there in a hurry to pick up a new set of downs for his offense.
Captain. Ready.
Operating from the gun, here's Nix. That'll be complete to Harvey. And he'll take it into the end zone for a Denver score. R.J. Harvey, a 5-yard touchdown. And the Broncos are able to get a score back in the final stages of this third quarter. And now the offense is going to stay out there as the Broncos will go for 2.
The Broncos will line up for the 2-point conversion.
They'll look to throw. And no, it falls incomplete. So the 2-point conversion no good. 3 quarters in the books. We'll return with more after this break. You're watching the NFL on EA Sports. Lutz now to kick this one away. And he'll go down as this drive will start at the 25-yard line. The San Francisco offense ready to start their next drive. Right now clinging to a one-score lead, Charles, and I think operating within that 4-minute offense with a little less than 4 minutes to go applies here, right?
It certainly does, and that means the playbook is still wide open. But you are a little bit more careful about what you're calling. You want plays that are going to gain yardage, how would you say it, consistently, right? You don't need the big shots downfield, but make sure the clock continues to run. Pile up the first downs. And the goal? End the game with your quarterback kneeling down at the end, and you still have the lead.
Now Purdy. And that's going to be incomplete. Too tough to hold on to that one. It's second down.
This is certainly a team that has proven it likes to target its backs through the air, and defensively, they were aware of that and certainly were prepared on that throw.
After the incomplete pass, here now is 2nd and 10.
Purdy now to throw.
He's going to flip that out to the flat. It's complete. They do get a yard there, but only a yard. Leaves them with 3rd and 9 looming.
Well, offensively, that's the mismatch that you want. You want to force a linebacker to try and cover your back out of the backfield, out in some open space. But linebackers nowadays, they run like backs, and they take a lot of pride in covering. What a nice play he made there in the open field.
And throwing here, Purdy.
Connects with Kittle underneath. And he is going to have a 49ers first down as they're able to get the 3rd down conversion. And now, defensively, they're going to burn their first timeout. Remember, they get an extra time built in coming up here shortly at the 2-minute warning.
We couldn't ask for much more to this point in the second half. A gorgeous day, one-score game. 1st and 10 here. Here's Purdy. He'll get this out wide here to McCaffrey.
And a 5-yard gain gets him to the 42.
Makes a pickup of 6. Brings up 2nd and 4 at the Broncos.
So it's 49er football here as we get you reset. 4th quarter, down to the final 2 minutes, and we've got a one-score game.
From the 42-yard line, here's the 2nd down and 4. Again, it's Purdy to throw it.
That's caught. It's McCaffrey again.
I know it was a gain, but you have to sense probably a little bit of disappointment there, because when it's out there in open space, I think they expect to get more out of a play, don't you?
Especially when you're getting it to your guy out of the backfield. You're expecting him to be able to create something, be a little more shifty.
Yeah, no doubt about it. Good open field tackling held it to an okay gain.
7th play of the drive now as they come up on a 3rd and 3.
Purdy will set up to throw it here. Pass taken in by his big tight end. And he will have a Niners first down. And that ought to be the one that seals the victory.
That's another 49er first down. 1st and 10 at the 28-yard line.
That one looks like he'll throw here. And he'll dump this off to his running back, McCaffrey. And he'll go down right on the edge of the red zone following a pickup of about 7 or 8. Now the Broncos going to use the 2nd of their timeouts as they'll stop it with 27 seconds showing on the clock.
Once more, Purdy looking to throw. Now a run here off the RPO. He'll keep it. And this throw incomplete. Well, the defender all over him that time, and it's going to lead to 3rd down.
He did a fine job there of not hitting him before the ball arrived, and I've got to tell you, you can often mistime that play because of the angles of approach. When you're going to get him, sometimes you panic as well and think, I've got to be there right now. Instead, in this case, timed it perfectly and knocked it free.
He'll try to pick it up himself. He throws it on the move, but can't connect as that falls incomplete. So decision time now, because a field goal keeps it a one-score game. What are you thinking?
Well, I'm looking at the down and distance, and that's where the issue comes in. It's not short enough that it's a no-brainer and you go for it. You have to analyze this one. To me, you take the field goal, take the point. I don't think you want to risk coming away with nothing.
And here's a big one now. Trying to hold this lead. They're going to go for it here on 4th down. Purdy sets up to throw again. He'll try to do it himself. Oh, no, he lost the football. It's picked up by